This is a Coachman Acadia 575. It's going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. In front of the van, you've got the jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake, which will demonstrate to you in person here on site, and also explain the ATC to you. On the front hand side right of the van, you've got the gas regulator on the bulkhead. You've got your gas tap on top of the gas bottle to turn the gas supply on and off. And going into the bottle itself, you've got the reverse thread fitment gas fitting. On the opposite side of the van, you've got your storage locker with your grey pipe in there for the waste that will drop down inside your waste master. That is essentially just a wet storage locker there, so you can put bits and pieces in there as you need to. On the side of the van, you've got the older heating system. The heating system runs from the inside of the van. The heating and hot water system will take you through once you go inside of the caravan. On each corner of the van at the front and two on the rear, you've got two wind down legs on the side at the front and two on the back, like I said. And you've got a leg winder that goes with the caravan to wind down the legs and to stabilise the caravan when it is on site. You don't use the legs for stabilising the van. When you are on site, you'd have them up when you're travelling, and you'd never lift the caravan with these legs. It could potentially damage the floor of the van. You've then got your water pump connection that goes into the side of the caravan. It simply pulls out and pushes in. We'll demonstrate how to fill it once we're inside of the caravan, but the pump itself actually drops down inside the aqua roll, as you can see here. On the side of the van, you've got your battery box and your mains power lead coming into the side of the caravan. So the mains power lead will plug straight into the side of the caravan, and then the battery will do its job from the connections on top. If you ever want to release the battery, is a 12mm spanner to release the fitments. The motor mover and wheel nuts will take you through the motor mover while you're here on site and demonstrate how that works, and we'll also torque the wheel nuts to the correct manufacturer's specific setting before the caravan leaves site. You've then got your two grey waste pipes that come in out the side of the van just here, and they are simply there to allow the wastewater to come out. So you'll put the two grey pipes into these larger diameter fittings here and then drop them down inside the waste master itself. On the back of the caravan, you've got your toilet flush tank just here, which takes 3.5 litres of water. You'd open it up first, put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. At the bottom here, you've got your toilet waste cassette, which you pull up the orange handle to allow the cassette to release. You've got a neck here that turns out 90 degrees so you can tip the waste away. And you've got a cap here for measuring the blue fluid into the cassette, which I'll explain in a moment. And then you've got one. Then on the back of the cassette, you've got your orange pressure relief button, so when you're tipping the waste away, it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. Prior to using this cassette, you'd need to put 1 litre of water in there and a cap full of the blue fluid, which you do, like I said, you use the measure for on the top here to measure that blue fluid. On the rear of the caravan on either side, you've got your wind down legs to stabilise the caravan, and like I said, they are just there for stabilising, not lifting the caravan. On the door side of the van at the back, you have storage for underneath the bed at the rear, so you pop these caps undone with the key, and then it'll allow you to access that storage facility. You've then got your two fridge vents on the side of the caravan. The two fridge vents are very simply there to allow hot air at the back of the fridge unit and to take some cool air in so it cools the fridge. And also behind one of those there is also a gas flue for when you're running the fridge on gas. You've then got your under-seat storage area at the front of the van just here. You've got a 3-pin socket to allow power out to the awning should you wish to. And then a barbecue gas point, again, should you wish to use it. You've also got the fitment there to connect your pipe to for your barbecue. Going inside the caravan now, above the door you have your main control panel for the van. So you've got your main master power on and off just here on the left hand side. You've got your water pump run, which I'll come back to in a moment. Your interior lights, master switch, that essentially turn all the lights on and off, but as you go around the caravan you'll see switches for all the different lights. And then you've got your awning light for the outside of the caravan just here. Button here is your battery level, as you can see, and the button here is one that is used on other models of vans, so you don't need to worry about this switch tool here. First thing you're going to need to do is fill the water system up. Now what we advise you do is, I'm just going to turn the pump off for a moment. So that's the pump off now. We're going to go over to every tap on board the caravan and open them all up on the hot side of the water system. You'll actually see that I've already filled the water system up. In a moment that water will slow down. He says. But essentially when you first come to the caravan there'll be no water in it. So essentially what you do is you come underneath the seat on the front right hand side. Lift the seat cushions up. And then you can't actually see, you can't see it from here. underneath this seat on the right hand side, in this cabinet, you'll actually see there's a yellow valve on the floor on the left hand side of the screen there. A little bit hard to see because of the darkness down there. But to fill the water system up, that valve needs to be parallel with the floor before you fill the water system up. When you're done with the caravan, you'll open that valve up and point it upright towards the bottom of the seat to drain the complete water system down. So like I said, valve, the yellow valve underneath the seat, parallel with the floor, as it is in the video, to fill the water system up. At that point, with your aqua roll connected on the outside and your water tank full, like I said, with all the taps open, you'll then come over to the main control panel and hit the water pump switch. You'll get a green light appear here to let you know it's running, that will go off in a second. But then once the water system is completely full, as it is now, you'll be able to turn off all the taps on board the caravan once that water is running continuously out of every tap, and that is your water system completely full on board the van. At that point, you'll be able to start thinking about warming the water on board the caravan. So on the control panel above the door here, this black control panel is your heating and hot water controls. I'm just going to wait for the camera to clear up, if it will. There we go. Bottom left hand side of the screen here, you have your power switch for the control panel. So you've got off and power on. When you're not using the caravan, you would need to turn this off completely. On the screen at the moment, it's got the internal room temperature, and then say you've got mains power coming into the caravan. We're going to hit the menu button. At the top here, you have your room temperature for the van, so you've got plus and minus for your heating. At the top, that goes all the way up to 30 degrees. Below that, you've got your water temperature, so you've got water on and water boost for your water system. So water on is halfway up, water boost is when this bar is completely full. You would need to have it on boost for showering. Below that, you have the amount of power coming into the caravan from the caravan site you're on. The only way you'll know how much power is coming into the caravan is asking the site office when you arrive on your holiday. You may potentially have 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts coming into the van. Here on site we can run a maximum of 1, so that's what we're going to leave it on for now. Like I said, you need to ask the site office, then select the relevant power source just here to let the heating and hot water system work. It doesn't control anything else on board the van, it is just the heating and hot water systems. At the bottom here, you've got your option to run gas. Now what we advise you do for this is to turn the gas on the front in the front locker. You'll then come to the hob, ignite the hob on gas, and make sure it's coming through on there. And that's the same with anything that runs on gas inside of the caravan. So once you've got gas through to there, you can then turn it off on the hob. Then come back over to the control panel above the door, hit the menu button again, and hit the flame symbol in the bottom left hand corner. Now once you've got gas through to every component, this should ignite straight away. If it does fail to ignite, you'll very simply get gas fail at the bottom of the screen with 2 exclamation marks on either side. With this cog symbol here, in the manual, it will go through everything that's in here, but essentially that is the advanced options for the caravan. You can set heating and hot water timers for different times during the day, etc., and for when you're out of the caravan and in the caravan. So like I said, you can set that up, but we do advise for that you do read the manual that comes with the van. The microwave, hob, grill and oven all work very much like your household appliances. The 240 electric ring will only work when you're on mains power on site. It will not work off 12 volt. The fridge, again, is very simple to use. You've got your power button on the left hand side here, so you've got power on. It will load up. As you can see at the moment, we're on mains power. So if you're connected to mains and you've got the option to run that, we do advise that you run that option. You've got your temperature control for the fridge on the button on the right hand side here, and the more amount of blue bars that are lit up is the colder the fridge will be. The same as what we said with the heating and hot water system control panel. If you're going to run the fridge on gas, you will need to make sure the gas is turned on the front locker, ignite the hob first, then come over to the fridge and press the gas option so the flame goes blue. If it fails to ignite on gas, it'll actually flash the blue light here and the red warning triangle on the right hand side. It just simply means it has failed to ignite. If it does fail to ignite, you can press and hold the warning button on the right hand side, and it will start the process of igniting it again. When you're towing down the road, you can use the fridge as a cool box. However, as you can see at the moment, and as you know, there's a 12-volt battery already on board the van. However, the 12-volt fridge only works from the car you are towing with, and that's the same on every caravan. So essentially, connect to the car, turn off your control panels above the door, turn the fridge on with the button on the right-hand side, then press the battery option. This, like I said, will then allow the fridge to work as a cool box, so when you're travelling to your holiday destination, the beer and wine can get nice and cold. The last thing we're going to go through on this particular caravan is the toilet system in the bathroom. Oh, and one other thing, radiators on board the van, like the towel rail just there. We do advise you remind children that they do hold heat for quite a long time, and they do get extremely hot, so do mind yourselves on the radiators in the van. Toilet, it's got an electric flush which you fill from the toilet system, from the toilet flush tank on the outside. You've got a full indicator light here to let you know when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience, as you can see, and that simply needs to be put back in the central position before you remove the toilet waste cassette. The reason being is it'll actually lock the cassette in place if the toilet is turned at all. The same applies for the grey waste handle underneath the seat. If the grey waste handle, which you need to have open before using the loo, is in this position it is now, then it will lock the cassette in place so the cassette can't be removed while the loo is being used. And that is again the same with the toilet seat, as I said, so you need to always make sure they're both back in the central position, as the grey handle is now, and the toilet seat itself is. If you have any further questions on the Coachman Acadia 575, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate the business, and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon when you collect the caravan. Thank you for now. Bye-bye.